The Dallas Cowboys traded their first-round pick in 2019 to the Raiders for wide receiver Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, if you don't know, is a former first-round pick. And there are two sides to this trade. There's the Raiders' perspective, and there's the Dallas Cowboys' perspective. I want to start with the Raiders' perspective. Right now, it's interesting. The Raiders actually have 3 first-round picks in 2019. That's a big deal. That's a lot of picks. And it's official now. The Raiders are 1-5. It's official. The Raiders are rebuilding. They've given up. They're rebuilding. They traded away Amari Cooper. They traded away Khalil Mack. The Raiders are in full rebuild mode. They're lucky. At least they have a quarterback, we think. But I want to ask, how do you think Derek Carr feels about this? Derek Carr gets a new coach who comes in and changes everything. Trades away his best friend, Khalil Mack. Trades away his favorite wide receiver, Amari Cooper. There's no way this sits well with Derek Carr. He'll never say it publicly, but man, this has got to be brutal for Derek Carr. His stomach has got to be in knots. You lost your best friend, your favorite receiver. You're 1-5. You're clearly rebuilding. If I'm Derek Carr, I'm not a happy camper. He'll never say it. He'll probably have a good attitude the whole time. But I just want to point out, Derek Carr is probably frustrated. Of course he is. They're 1-5. He's frustrated with the direction the Raiders are going right now. Now, how about the Dallas Cowboys? A lot of people have said the Dallas Cowboys should not have given up a first-round pick for Amari Cooper. Why would you trade a first-round pick for a wide receiver? I don't know. I get why people feel that way, but I also it's worth noting, what was that draft pick really going to become? Like, that draft pick is basically a lottery pick. First-round picks bust all the time. They're less and less. They're just not very reliable. I think it's like the rate is 60% of the time they succeed. That's pretty low. At least with Amari Cooper, you know exactly what you're getting. You're getting a really good, solid wide receiver that didn't gel with, and I can explain. His numbers have dropped off. I'm going to explain why that happened. But first, I want to focus on this. It's worth noting that this trade, the Amari Cooper trade, trading away the first-round pick, the Dallas Cowboys traded away their first-round pick on the same day that news broke that Justin Herbert, the quarterback at Oregon, is going to be staying one more year at the U of O. What that tells me is that the Dallas Cowboys realized, we're not really going to get a quarterback we feel good about in this year's NFL draft. We're just going to commit to Dak Prescott. We're going to go all out and give Dak Prescott the tools he needs to succeed. Ezekiel Elliott, solid running game. Cole Beasley's a really good wide receiver. He's not a number 1 receiver. He's simply too small. But now you have Amari Cooper, solid offensive line, not as good as it used to be, but solid offensive line, great running back, and a pretty good wide receiver, a true number 1 wide receiver. The Cowboys are saying we're committing to Dak Prescott, and I like this move. Because here's the thing, again, next year in the NFL draft, the Cowboys are not going to draft a wide receiver. The Cowboys are not going to draft a quarterback in next year's NFL draft. They were not going to find Dak Prescott's replacement next year, and now it's clear they're not because they traded away their first-round pick. So I think their mindset is we're going to fully support Dak Prescott. We have 2 years till Tua Tagovailoa is coming out. We have another year and a half, 2 years till Justin Herbert. 2020 is when Justin Herbert will come out in the NFL draft. Let's give Dak Prescott 2 years. Let's fully support Dak Prescott next year, see what happens. We got the rest of this year, and we got next year. If Dak Prescott still hasn't developed into something better by then, we can draft a quarterback. That's what I think is going on. The Cowboys are like, screw it. We're not going to get another guy. Let's commit to Dak and see what happens. I like that mindset. And you never know. They could still draft a Will Grier in the 3rd, 2nd round. Who knows? Maybe Jarrett Stidham drops, something like that. I think that will happen. I do think the Cowboys are going to draft a quarterback in next year's NFL draft. But I'm sure they've given up on drafting a first-round quarterback, clearly because they traded away their pick. Now, Amari Cooper his stats have dropped off, right? In 2015, he was a Pro Bowler. He was a Pro Bowler again in 2016. In both those seasons, he had over 1,000 yards receiving. He had 6 touchdowns in 2015, 5 touchdowns in 2016. And then last year, he kind of fell off a cliff, right? Only had 48 catches and 680 yards last season. Did not play all 16 games. Only started in 12, played in 14 games. Now, it's worth noting, Amari Cooper also did have his most touchdowns ever in a season, 7 touchdowns. But there are some reasons why Amari Cooper's numbers dramatically dropped off from right around 100 catches down, or right around a lot fewer targets, fewer yards, less than 1,000 yards last year, more touchdowns, but just not as productive as a season as normal. There's a reason why Amari Cooper's stats dropped off. It's because, well, one, his quarterback Derek Carr last year was injured. That's a big deal. His quarterback Derek Carr hurt his back, couldn't stretch the field as much. It's not good. And then let's look at 2018. So first of all, his quarterback was hurt last year, didn't play all the games. Of course, you're going to struggle when your quarterback gets hurt because the guy throwing you the ball, you need him to be successful. Now in 2018, he's really slowed down. He's only got 22 catches so far this year, 6 games in. He does only 1 touchdown, 280 yards receiving, and it's not good. Why is Amari Cooper struggling so much this year? Part of it probably is because of John Gruden, the new coach. But Derek Carr has missed him a number of times. There have been times where Amari Cooper's wide open downfield and Derek Carr, the quarterback for the Raiders, simply misses him. Either he throws a bad throw or literally does not see Amari Cooper wide open down the field. That has happened multiple times. I've seen plays where the Raiders quarterback Derek Carr will throw the ball away even though Amari Cooper's standing wide open 60 yards away. It's like, dude, take a shot downfield. So I don't know. I think this trade is good for both sides. It's good for the Raiders and it's good for the Cowboys. But if I had to pick a winner, I'd say that the Cowboys probably won this trade. The Cowboys got the star. I mean, yeah, the Raiders got a first-round pick. Woo! But we don't know if that first-round pick is actually going to turn into a good player. In fact, if I was the Raiders, I would turn around and trade all 3 of my first-round picks and I'd flip it for better players because I like a sure bet. And honestly, a draft pick's kind of like a lottery pick. You don't know if that's going to turn into a great NFL player. The Cowboys, on the other hand, got a really solid number 1 wide receiver. Some people have called this move desperate. I think it's truly the Cowboys supporting their quarterback, Dak Prescott. Let's give Dak Prescott some help. We'll give him a number 1 receiver. Again, a running back. He's got Cole Beasley, a number 2 wide receiver who's really good. And Cole Beasley is going to be more productive now that Amari Cooper demands more attention. Having a number 1 wide receiver is going to benefit everybody on the Cowboys roster. Because now if you play man-to-man, you can't double team Cole Beasley underneath. You got to give Amari Cooper more attention because he can win over the top. He can beat corners. He can beat safeties. And so I really do think Amari Cooper, that trade by the Dallas Cowboys, that's a big, significant move. They're going to use him on play action. They're going to fake the run to Zeke, throw the ball over the top to Amari Cooper. They can come down to Cole Beasley. This is going to really help everybody on the Dallas Cowboys roster. And so I am declaring the Dallas Cowboys the winner of the Amari Cooper trade. Hi, my name is Zach Schaumler. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. It means a ton to me. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. And if you're new to Strong Opinion Sports, you can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube, as well as shorter little breakout clips like the one you just watched. And if you really want to help me, please tell your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Help me grow by telling your friends about this show. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. My name is Zach Schaumler. Thank you so much, and have a great day.